Joining me today, I have Paul Boge. He is helping coordinate the Reel to Reel Film Festival. Is happening here in Winnipeg. It is already underway. Paul, thank you for joining me today.
Hey, Sylvia. Thanks a million to you and to everyone at CHVN.
Absolutely. Please start off by telling everybody the details because I do believe it is underway. Give us the details of the Reel to Reel Film Festival.
Yeah, thanks, Sylvia. So the 14th annual Winnipeg Reel to Reel Film Festival is underway. We are at the North Kildonan Mennonite Brethren Church, and we are from starting last night on the 20th all the way to the 25th. And you can see all of our details and the program and all the films we're showing at winnipegfilmfestival.com.
Perfect. Okay, well, I would love to know now. I don't want to be too biased, but I would love to know what are some films that you're excited about this year?
Yeah, there are so many big name movies that are coming to the festival this year. So we're really honored that Sound of Freedom is playing at the festival. So Joyce Smith was there last night, and Maya Schuler was also there as well. And we had a chance to talk about what's happening human trafficking wise, both across Canada, but also right here in Winnipeg. And so Sound of Freedom is a great film to become a more educated, understand how to pray better about what's happening here in Canada. Big George Foreman is a great story of the boxer who became an evangelist and how he helped so many different people. And it's just a phenomenal story. After Death is also an incredible story. It's made by Winnipeggers, Stephen Gray and Chris Racky, and it talks about people who have experiences after they die but come back to life. And so that's a powerful tool, I think, for people to understand that, yes, there is definitely an afterlife, and are you ready for it? Another cool film by a Winnipegger is Searching for Satoshi, which is a story about the Bitcoin founder and how did this guy make this entire $32 billion empire, and then he disappeared. You know, who is this guy? And then, of course, every film festival has to have fun and good comedy. So we have Identity Crisis, which is a hilarious movie, and of course, Family Camp is another great one. So there's feature films, documentaries, and comedies for everybody.
That is amazing. I will say I finally watched Sound of Freedom. I had taken a little bit of extra time, but again, I know we've talked about this before. Both God has placed human trafficking on both our hearts to care for. And Sound of Freedom, phenomenal movie. If anyone hasn't seen it, highly suggest it. After Death, I have to see. I have to see it. I can't believe I haven't yet, but I am looking forward to it. I've heard very good things. Speaking of this whole human trafficking thing as well, if you don't mind, I'd love to talk about Operation Goldilocks really quick because it's such a unique format, I think. Have you seen it? Tell me a little bit more.
Absolutely. Yeah, every film I've seen. And so Operation Goldilocks is another human trafficking film. And what's fantastic about this is that they actually have undercover agents that go into Manila and different parts of the world, and they actually go in to rescue girls and boys that are caught in human trafficking. And so there's a groundswell of people, Christians across the world, that are putting their own lives in very deep harm's way to rescue girls and boys who are being held against their will in this terrible crime. And so it's important for us to understand that there is a terrible crime of human trafficking happening, but we have to take courage because there are many people that are giving their lives to fight on behalf of these people. They don't even know who they are, but they go out there and give their lives in service to help these kids and put themselves at arm's length. And Destiny Rescue are the people. They've been at the film festival before with incredible films. These guys are amazing filmmakers, and they have undercover cameras that go in. They show how they physically go in and rescue these kids. It's astonishing.
Yeah, in real time. I watched the trailer just before we spoke, and I gotta say, the fact that they said, when we're coming in and in one regard, we're taking away people's livelihood, they're out for blood. They could easily have that intent to kill a person. And yet, like you said, they don't know these children, but they feel so passionately to rescue them. And that gets me every time. Absolutely amazing. For someone who's never attended the Winnipeg Reel to Reel Film Festival, what should they know beforehand and what can they expect?
Yeah, so one of the great things about the festival is that we have talkbacks or discussions at the end of each film. So we have people that are either filmmakers or people who know about the topic who come and they share at the end of the film. They have, say, a 15, 20-minute talkback where people can ask questions about the film or they can hear other people talking about the film and answering their questions about the film. So it's a fun way for people who want to talk more about the film, but also if they want to hear conversation, what's going on. And that's always been a big cornerstone to the festival, because we think it's important for us to be able to interact together about what we're seeing, what we're hearing. How does this encourage us in our faith? How does this inspire me to go out and do something? Maybe you're going to come to hear Sound of Freedom and want to get involved in the Joy Smith Foundation. Maybe you're going to come and watch Aftermath and think, gee, am I actually ready to meet my maker? So the opportunity to talk and to hear different things, I think, is a big part of film that sometimes gets missed. So it's a big part of our festival. So, and if you can, try and come about 20 minutes early, especially on the Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It does tend to fill up. So it's just important to come ready for those.
Amazing. And I think it's a great way to continue the conversation. You've just been, deeply impacted. How does that make you feel? And what are other people around you and other believers often saying, right? That's beautiful. Very important question. Is there popcorn?
Absolutely. Yeah. So there's tons of popcorn. And Deb and Rob have been looking after all of the food services for years there. So there's great food there. You can come even have meals. There's chili, there's hot dogs, there's popcorn, all kinds of great stuff. So you can come as well for supper beforehand. And then, of course, on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there's lunch Saturday, Sunday, and that too. So you can come for supper and a meal and enjoy a good movie.
Wow. That's amazing. And kids are invited as well, right? There's some kids' films.
In fact, in every single time slot, we ensure that there is a kids' film that's playing all the way through. So there's films like Ella Bella Bingo, Family Camp we talked about, Lyle Al Crocodile, Super Mario. So it's important that we have it available for the entire family. So kids can come, watch, enjoy. And they also have a discussion period at the end of their films as well. So the kids can ask questions and, funny parts they liked in the film. And the talkback leader will talk about, some faith elements in each of the films and try and encourage the kids that way as well.
Wow. What a great event. Well, we're going to let everybody know about it. Thank you so much for taking the time, Paul, and really appreciate it.
Thanks, Sylvia. God bless you and all the listeners.